Good morning, friends. It is a beautiful morning outside, and I'm so excited for today. Today we have yoga, and it's Wellness Wednesday for my Kennedy friends. We are going to be doing some spring yoga this morning. I almost sat down. We're not starting that way this morning. Before we begin our yoga practices, we are going to practice that belly breathing and take 5 big belly breaths. So remember, we're going to breathe in and make our belly expand like a balloon, make it nice and big. And when we breathe out, we're going to push that belly button to our spine. Don't push, push, but just take your body and push it into the spine. Are you ready? Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we are going to start our spring yoga with our hands up, and we're going to lean to one side, and we're going to make a little rainbow. As we do this, I don't want you to bend way far over so that you fall over or it hurts. Just a little bit so you can feel the stretch right through here on your side. And deep breath in, coming up, and exhale to the other side. Nice big stretches. Making that beautiful rainbow. We are in spring officially, but today's weather is going to make it feel like we're in summertime. It's going to be a warm one, folks. Hand standing up straight and hands down. We're going to take a seat and I can't for real. We're going to go into butterflies and we're going to fly for just a minute as we get ready to move into our next yoga position. Hi. Yes, hobo. Hobo. So I want you to think about, where are you flying to today? Since we can't go anywhere and we're in quarantine and we're practicing our social distancing, where would you like to fly to if you could fly anywhere in the world right now? For me, I'm thinking the beach, maybe flying by to see some of my friends and saying hi. Okay. Next, we're going to do flower. And so what I want you to do is spread those feet out just a little bit. Maybe put your hand in between. You're going to take your hands, palms up towards the sky, and you're going to put them underneath your ankles. We're going to pull them up, and we're going to hold it right here. And this is us being a flower. We are blooming, and it's so wonderful. Now, I have a lot of friends that have trouble with this pose, and that's okay. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of focus. So nice and slow. I don't want you to bring your knees and your feet way up here. I don't want you, if you can only bring them up just a little bit, great. As long as they're up a little bit. If you got to touch down and keep them down for a second and then come back up, that's okay too. Whatever you are comfortable with. And we're going to bring them down. And we are going to come over onto our bellies. And nice and slow coming down. And we're going to move into our garden snake position. And so we're going to put our hands right by our chest, right by your armpits, really. And you're going to push up, into snake. Now, if you need to keep your hands out farther a little bit, like I do, that's okay. And you're going to feel a little bit of pressure on your low back. Don't make it too hard. If you got to come down a little bit, that's okay too. You can do a snake just right here. Remember, we're going with whatever makes you feel comfortable. We don't want to hurt our bodies. We want to stretch our bodies and make them feel good. We want to focus on that belly breathing. And try not to yawn too much, because sometimes focusing on that belly breathing will make you yawn a lot. But we really just want to make sure that our bodies feel good so we can get those chemicals in our brain moving. Hi, Lucy. What we're going to do now is we're going to push up and we're going to sit back on our feet. And we're going to reach our arms forward and put our heads down on our floor. And this is our mouse pose. We are going to be a little mouse running around, looking at the flowers, enjoying the sunshine and the warmth. And we're going to slowly come up. We're going to sit on our bottoms, and the last pose we're going to do is turtle. And this one can be really hard. So do whatever you need to do to make sure you feel comfortable. We're going to make our legs go out into a V. We're going to flex our toes and point them up to the sky and bend our knees just a little bit. And you're going to reach underneath. I got Kip's paw over here. Reach your hands underneath and push your head down towards the ground. And just let it hang here. Now, I know I have some friends that are going to be able to go all the way down to the ground, and that's great. I know I have some friends that might only be able to go right here, and that's okay too. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. Mrs. Kelly is a little sore from yesterday's HIIT workout, and so I can't go that far, and that's okay. And as we stay right here in turtle, I'm going to keep yawning because, man, those belly breaths. But turtles move really, really slow. And as people, we tend to try and move really, really fast. But now that we are kind of stuck in our homes for a little bit, we want to make sure that we find ways to slow down. So what are some ways that you can slow down at home? Maybe you can take a few minutes to sit down and color. As we keep talking, we're going to stand back up and we're going to do our sequence again. Standing all the way up, and we are going to do our rainbow. So what ways can you slow down today? Can you take a few minutes and color or draw a picture? Can you take a few minutes to just sit outside and yawn? Can you take a few minutes to sit outside and feel the sunshine on your face and listen to the birds chirping? Maybe you can sit very, very still for a few minutes and see what kind of birds come into your view. You can even take a few minutes to just sit and meditate. For some, that may mean sitting and trying to not think about anything, making your brain kind of blank. For some, meditation might be just some simple stretches. For some, this yoga might be your meditation for the day. Whatever you feel comfortable with. But take some time to slow down. Slow your wings down. Today, I am going to slow down by coming out later and enjoying the sunshine. Going to move into our flowers. So remember, hands up towards the sky, reaching underneath our ankles and pulling them up. I'm also going to slow down by focusing a lot more on my belly breathing. And hopefully it doesn't make me keep yawning. Coming down onto our bellies. And as you're going through this yoga, be very gentle with your body. Remember, we only get one of these. So we want to treat it very kindly. Eating healthy when we can, drinking lots of water when we can, exercising when we can. Just being very kind. Pushing up and going back into mouse. Coming up and having a seat. Putting those legs out into a V. Point those toes up to the sky. Bend your knees. Reach under your ankles into turtle. Okay, friends. Now, as always, feel free to restart this video and do it again. You can do this yoga sequence as many times as your body feels like you need to. One thing I do want to leave you with today, I know that today is not our exercise day, and that's okay, but I wanted to leave you with what we call a repetitive movement. And for some of my friends, you may know that the word repetitive comes from the word repeat, which means to do something again and again and again. And we know movement is things that we do with our body. And so we're going to repeat a movement with our body multiple times. And what this does is it helps us self-regulate. We talk a lot about that at Kennedy, where we are focusing on our self-regulation. And that means, how do we calm ourselves down? How do we make sure that our bodies and our brains are in check so that we can be the best person possible as we are learning and making friends and growing? So I have a lot of friends that struggle with getting upset and angry, and they're not quite sure. They have some tools, and we're going to talk about those tools over the weekend, but they have some tools that help them calm down when they're angry, and other tools that they're still learning. And so repetitive movements are really great ways to help you self-regulate and move your body so that you can calm down. Now, this next one, or this first one that I'm going to show you, is kind of silly and can be kind of hard for some friends. So I'm going to show you two ways to do it. And they're crisscross jumping jacks. And so we'll start with our arms out, and when we jump in, we're going to cross our arms and cross our feet. And that helps us cross that midline, that center line that we talked about yesterday, the day before. I don't remember. All the days are blending together. And then jump and uncross, and then cross, and then uncross. And now I have friends that like to do this fast. I have friends that like to do this slow. I have some friends that like to step into it. Whichever way you're comfortable with. Those are our yoga sequences for today. That is our repetitive movement for today. And I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. I love you.